welcome once again to CCW TV, the Comic Culture Warrior video channel. I am Elliot Serrano, and this is Jose Melendez, and we're coming to you from Dreamland Comics in Schaumburg, Illinois, where every week or so, Jose and I get together to talk about comics, comics culture, and the industry. Last week had a very, let's say, we got mixed reviews on our Wonder Woman rant. They've been the whole.
I haven't been on the internet, so I haven't seen it. My internet.
Things have been swinging back and forth in regards to our opinions on Wonder Woman. And if you check out the CCW TV blog, where a lot of the conversation continues, we've been getting a lot of support. You look around the interwebs, though. You look on the channel, like the video channel itself, and other
YouTube.
Yeah,
I see. I was able to read the comments here at work. Since I don't have internet at home for the next couple of days, or in the last few days.
Yeah.
I was able to read our commenters, and those were mostly positive. But I haven't looked at the YouTube, so you're gonna have to fill me in on what.
Oh no! See, people don't care about Wonder Woman. I mean, and it kind of proven the whole point that the changes that took place with Wonder Woman, if you ask me, done with a purpose. And even on our channel, we've had a lot of commenters say that they are, going to pick up Wonder Woman now because of the changes. Change with the costume, what J. Michael Straczynski is doing with her origin, and stuff like that. So anyway, check out last week's videos. There's a lot of stuff. There are a lot of videos that folks haven't been looking at. We're going to try to talk about some more independent stuff because we've been asked to do that. But if we do that, we really ask that you support those videos, give them a look-see, and comment so that we know that we're not just talking into a vacuum here. Of course, the most popular videos of the last two series of segments were our Avengers and Bendis rants. Guess what? We've got another Bendis segment scheduled this week.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd be done with that shit.
Kind of hoping we'd be done, but of course something came up to bring us back to the land of Bendis. But anyway, let's jump into a couple books here. Some things that I actually wasn't planning on reading, but Jose said, you guys would be asking about it, and we probably should talk about it. So
he begrudgingly read it.
Read it, one way or another. Okay. First is Shadowland. This is that big event that's going on now in Marvel. What is it? The Dark Reign Light, I guess you could call it.
It's Street Level Heroes.
Street Level Heroes.
In New York. It's Punisher, Moon Knight, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Spider-Man. All the New York superheroes.
Why did the Avengers appear in the very beginning then? If it's just the New York heroes.
Because, well, they're in New York.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not the street-level heroes.
Well, I think they're just in the beginning because they're talking about it. But, I mean, you look at some of the one-shots coming out, it's going to be Luke Cage, or in the miniseries, it's going to focus more on these, Moon Knight, Spider-Man, so...
Written by Andy Diggle. Of course, you get a lot of high hopes for something. Anything that Andy Diggle does, we're big fans of his. Kind of chronicling Daredevil's final fall into darkness, I guess. I have not been reading Daredevil. Okay?
I have.
I've been reading Daredevil off and on. Admittedly, I dropped it after Bendis stopped writing it.
You read some of the Diggle Delators.
I read a couple of them.
Them.
Yeah, I read a couple of them. But I'm just saying it wasn't like I was a regular Daredevil reader. Like I've been really up to date on what's been going on with him. Because you had made a comment with me with this book here that things seemed out of continuity. Like there's a lot of stuff that happens here that hasn't even been. They haven't even led up to it yet.
I must have missed like 5 months of Daredevil stories because, because I'm reading like here in the synopsis page, it's talking about one of the last paragraphs over the ensuing months they've confronted so Daredevil is in charge of the hand now. That happened in issue 500, and he's been trying to use the hand
like as a force of good, right?
Yeah.
They're like, he's declared martial law in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, and then he went to Japan for the last 3 issues, and he did go cool. Those were decent issues, though. It was him dealing with all the other leaders from the hand around the world. And so this is him coming back to New York. But, you know, it talks in here. It says, over the ensuing months, like Daredevil in the Hand, they've confronted crime and corruption on the streets of New York with brutal force. As Daredevil's power within the group has grown, so has willingness to push the limits in order to keep the peace. He sought to change the Hand, but it appears that the Hand has changed him. Met Murdoch, dared evil, and lost on River Giant. When did that happen? Because last time I saw it, he was in Japan talking with the leaders, and then that was going to go into here.
Right.
And so now Daredevil has a new costume. He is, and I don't even know if it's Matt Murdock because they don't really show him out of costume, but he's not acting like Daredevil at all. He does some pretty badass shit in here, which is fine, but it comes out of nowhere. And if I'm going to reading Daredevil, now, there is an issue of Daredevil that comes out this month that is scheduled to take place after this, and they better explain in that issue of Daredevil what the hell's going on, because it needs to be explained.
I mean, as someone who's been reading Daredevil, I'm sure that would be jarring. Again, I admit, I haven't been reading the book, so when I picked this up, I was like, okay, I see. You know, the summary in the front page kind of gives you the status quo. You jump in from there. It's not like there's anything in this narrative that's incredibly challenging. I mean, yet again, we start with Bullseye. Yet again, doing the whole escape from the authorities thing. I mean, it's been done so many times. I was actually a little disappointed by Andy Diggle in this because he seems to be a writer that would avoid cliches. But, you know, I could have told you. I mean, what they should have done was just skip the whole thing with showing Bullseye's escape and just, you know, he escapes because you know he's going to escape one way or another. And then back into Hell's Kitchen where, you know, they start establishing who's going to be featured in the story. And he builds a...
And this is Shadowland. This is the thing that they just started building at the end of Dark Reign, and now it's done already.
Now it's done.
So this is his little fortress / prison.
Looks like a Japanese castle. If you've ever been to Epcot, they have something just like that in Epcot at Disneyland, Disney World. So I read it. Okay, so beyond that, I read it, and you know, I don't know, for setting up an issue, setting up a miniseries, it gave me what I would expect. It gave me one thing that I've been waiting for a long time, although I'm not sure how long this is going to last.
I don't think he's dead.
Well, Daredevil finally, spoiler alert, Daredevil finally lays a smackdown on Bullseye, and something seriously, to the point where you have somewhat a repeat of the Elektra death, but with Bullseye on the receiving end, and you know you have the next couple of issues.
But John Layman's writing the Bullseye one-shot though, right? So.
Could be, yeah. Well, he's doing something with Bullseye. God knows where in continuity this takes place, because with this book they've shown that they don't mind hopping all over the place. So is this going to be a case where Marvel will kill one of its top villains?
I hope so.
I'm wondering if the folks at Marvel are ballsy enough to do that.
Because all the Bullseye fanboys who loved him in Dark Avengers and stuff, there's no way. Like those boys will be crying out in the streets for Marvel, and they'll be sending
you can't
emails.
kill him. He's too good a character.
Exactly. Yeah, he's not dead.
That's the drinking game. The stupid fanboy voice.
Yeah. There's no way that they're going to kill him. He might be gone for a couple of issues. But like I said, Layman still has the one shot to do, so we'll see what happens in there.
And Layman, Bullseye has been kind of taken out of the picture before. They keep bringing him back. Like, I mean, I know for a while there he had an adamantium skeleton. I mean, whatever happened to that? Did that get taken out? You know.
I think he still has it. I think.
Because if he has an adamantium skeleton, then he shouldn't, you know, he should be able to withstand a lot more punishment than he did here.
Yeah, it's true, because he did break a couple of his limbs.
Yeah, so, I don't know.
Whatever. But the art was terrible. It was one thing I did not want to buy the series for was the art. Because it's just like, if you're going to do an event, have some good art on here. It's just like,
this is Billy Tan, right?
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of his, and you guys know I'm not a fan of his, but it's just like, bring your A game. If this is your A game, I'm sorry, it's not good enough.
And the Daredevil costume here looks kind of goofy.
It is, I don't like it either.
You know, the coloring.
And this is probably the worst thing I've ever read Andy Diggle by Andy Diggle. And I've read. I like him as a writer. It's not bottom of the barrel shit. But this is probably just on. I expect a certain level from when I read an Andy Diggle book, and to me this just felt really, really short. So.
Oh well. I kind of liked it. I liked it. I thought it was okay. Was it his best? No, but as a person who's in Reading Devil, I expected a lot more.
You
expected a lot more, right? No, I thought it was okay for Diggle. I mean, you can't expect it to hit it out of the park every time. You know, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. No. All right, when we come back, we'll look at another top book. And I hate to, I don't mean to diss it like this, but I wasn't. This is a case where I think where maybe Jose and I might agree a little more than disagree. We'll see you then.